Megan.
Hello. How are you guys?
Good. Hot. Boiling.
Oh, I'm like at home. This is a good temperature for me.
It was cold in New Zealand.
Pardon?
It was cold in New Zealand. I thought it was like Wales.
No, 30 degrees is like an average summer temperature where I'm from.
No, that's not good. Referee.
How are things apart from being uncomfortably warm?
I've sent all my money to my solicitor to buy my house.
Oh, I was wondering actually if that was still happening.
All gone. I'm now poor.
Pardon?
Now poor. I have no money. None.
All of the money is gone.
All of it. All gone.
But I'm very happy because I have a new house. For free.
So yeah, I get the keys on Monday. So I'm gonna go down and see what I need to buy.
Mm-hmm.
And go out and buy all the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Shopping for this place.
Sorry?
Floor shopping.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, really adult.
Go and pick a floor.
Pick a floor.
Floor.
All the floors look the same to me. I don't feel that I'm qualified to do floor shopping.
So we're going out with the guy, the architect. He's gonna help pick the floor for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it really. Nothing much else.
Nice.
Good.
Pardon?
How are you doing?
Good. I have nothing exciting to report. I'm currently, as I'm talking to you, I'm currently just looking at different skincare.
Different what?
Skincare?
What are you considering?
Because this is all I spend my money on. I spend so much money on skincare.
I don't know. I have one bottle in the shower, and that's my skincare.
I'm looking at the Sunday Riley vitamin C serum, the CEO Glow. It's quite expensive.
So I have one like fancy skincare thing, and it's because this girl at work that I ended up being really good friends with, but when I first met her, I thought she was like, I don't know, 22, and she used to put cream on every morning at her desk, and I'd like always take the piss out of her and be like, so lame, like who moisturizes every day? You're such a like and blah blah blah. Like it's overpriced, whatever. And then it turned out that I was like, we are going to Boots and buying that immediately. She was showing me exactly which one. Yeah, it's Angelica. She looks so young.
You like Angelica, Meg. She's funny.
What is the skincare?
Number 7 day wear.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. I'm not a fan of that one. Well, like
Looks 15. I'm putting that on my face.
Are you guys dying?
Somebody there? Yeah.
I'm just gonna go and get an ice cream. And I'll be back.
Wrong. It should be like this.
I'm sitting directly opposite my Dyson cool fan.
Get in one of them. Are they good?
Is it quiet?
It is pretty quiet. It's on 10 and I'm breezy. Yeah. It's got like good angles. It's an air filter. It does 360. Like, it's pretty good.
Is it better than a fan?
I think so, yeah. Loads better. It's a lot quieter. And it's an air filter as well. And it's hot if you want it to be hot.
Does it cool?
Does it cool the air?
Yeah. It's not like freezing cold, but yeah, it's more than a fan would be.
Yeah, I think I might need one for my flat.
We had a bit of a debate last night about window open versus
Yeah, I can. So loud.
Is it all sorted yet?
Yeah, well, I'm completing on Monday. I am
Exciting.
no money.
Well, that's all right.
Where are you? Is it Herne Hill?
Yeah, Rockwell Park.
Just round the corner from me.
Yeah, you're close to me as well. We can go for sneaky park rolls.
I'm well up for that. Instead of doing this, let's just start on the regular. Everyone who's on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, hopefully there'll be a gym at the end of my garden soon, Ross, so we can have secret rolls at the house.
what are you doing? You building a home gym?
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
It'll be nice to get some training back because Megan's just epitomising what training in lockdown felt like.
Mate, I ran 15 kilometers this morning. I've been eating all the ice creams.
I just love the transition that this call started with, like 20 people on it, all rolling around with their like pillows wrapped in geese, and we're finishing it with just the three of us eating ice cream. And I just nailed a pizza before I logged on, so.
We're getting sick. Everyone else is having ice cream and pizza. It's been really good. Like I've been like making vegetables. You know.
Nice.
You've been making vegetables.
Vegetables. Been cutting the carrots.
Boring.
And yeah, no, I want a burger.
All right,
So the other day we ordered a burger. Susie sometimes gets the vegetarian option. So she started before me, and I open up my burger, and I'm like, not meat. And she looks over at me.
You didn't.
I was halfway through.
Mate, I realised it was me.
Savage.
So I'm left with this mushroom piece of shit.
Oh, mushroom as well. That's the worst.
It wasn't mushroom, and I didn't ask you to eat any of it because I just took it off you and then I ate the whole of that burger.
So we ordered in. I had half a burger. Susie had 1.5 burgers.
Good work, Suze. He's an athlete. He needs to be slimmed down anyway.
All I had was beside the chips. I was like, it took you that long to realise.
Oh, by the way, Susie, I think I know one of your colleagues.
Lucas Wong.
Lucas Wong, yes.
He thought
I was
Big ends of asparagus.
yeah, him. He gave her that. And they
nice.
Lucas is very cool. You're friends from camp, right? Like,
Yeah, we used to teach at a summer school. At the school, we used to go to school together, but we weren't really friends at school. But yeah,
That's just sounding like a New Zealand story.
what?
Now, when you're like, oh, you know that person that you work with, yeah, they're my cousin. I'm also married to them.
My dad really pissed me off the other day. I was telling him about how great Jacinda was, and he was like, she's basically Prime Minister of the Cotswolds. What even is that?
that's genius.
I was there.
What a great response! I remember that. Prime Minister of the Cotswolds.
So we're going to do some rubber guard today, Ross.
Come to me.
Not in front of the company. I suppose she does trolling.
I have my Labour Party mail delivered to you. There it is.
Good work.
Head of the Daily Mail.
That's amazing. I like that. I like that a lot.
Because I don't actually vote for Jacinda.
You can vote for it.
No, I vote for the Green Party in coalition with.
So I didn't get past the Magnum.
Pardon?
I missed it. Your Magnum got in the way.
I vote for the Green Party, and the Green Party form a coalition with them together. But the Labour's environmental policies aren't very good, so I vote for Green. And here I am eating a Magnum for this rubbish.
I better show you some stuff. Yeah, stand up. We'll show you how to clear a collar tie.
And then can we do some rubble gum?
Yeah, after that then. We'll get into the picture. The thing collar ties me, so it's this. Right, so yeah. To clear this, we're going to clear it to a Russian tie. Now, I want it to open my body. And my shoulder, I want to hit the forearm there. So what I'm doing is making my head slippery, and this shoulder's going to come through and hit the arm off. It's unlikely that they'll hold on, but what we're going to do, grip it. This hand's going to come in, cup the wrist, and cup the tricep here, close to the armpit. So when we knock this off, we end up coming into a Russian tie. Head position's important in a Russian tie. We want it inside her head like this. She gets her head inside mine, she can pull her arm out really easily. Whereas if I've got my head in here, she can't get it out.
Why is that?
It's just a wedge, isn't it? So try pulling it back there. You see?
We switch. Try hard.
You've got something to force in, so you're like pushing me away as you're pulling your arm out. So you're unable to do that here. This hand should be cupping, fingers to the ceiling. And you want to pull this to your hip, almost like you're almost applying like a shoulder lock onto a Russian tie. Now, what we want to do here is get around the back of her. So if I start walking immediately round to the back of my opponent, what usually will do is just circle, stop me getting there. Circle. So you end up doing that. So down. So what we're going to do here is actually walk the other way. So if I walk this way and pull Susie round. So what this then does is allows me to throw her back. So I walk and shove, walk, and hit around to the back. So I walk and throw. So that's how you get around to the back of them. You've got to walk to the side that you don't want to go to in order to throw them back. So you walk and back. You really want to be keeping me in front of you, Becky. Susie wants to be trying to stay in. As we walk around, I throw my arms through. Switch here. Throw in her parts. This hand will immediately switch to the far hip. And now we'll move around to a body lock. And then here we can look for our takedowns or force it or our back takes. So the collar tie again. So stripping the collar tie, come in. Here. To get rid of this, wrist, armpit, shoulder cross, tear it off. Cup the armpit and pull the wrist to your hip. Head position inside hers. Here. Butt out, walking here. Going around to the side of her back, she will just circle. So what I want to do is walk this way, pulling her around. As I walk this way, pulling her around, I throw through. Really hard with this.
Do you want me to be more still or more?
Yeah, you just resist a little bit. So, you hear it? And now, my hands continue to travel this way. As that happens, hip, link your hands in a gable here. So what I like with my gable is I want to be controlling her far hip. So I don't want this outside arm too deep. I want it on the hip. So if you posture up a little bit. Here. Palm, and now I pull the hip in here. So you've got your body lock, we look for takedowns or back kicks here. This can also be used off of the front headlock. So if Susie's down, got 2 knees right here, front headlock. It's called a shut. It's a wrestling move. So sometimes it can be hard to get around to the back because my opponent's arms will flick out. So this will like block me from running around here. So what we can do to get around this is walk to the other side. So you walk this way and then change direction. My underhooking arm is going to throw this through. I'm going to come around the back. So it's the same idea with this. Stand up. Collar tie, strip this. Wrist, and this is a really good movement to get used to. It was self-defense as well. You know, people grab the back of your head. What you want to be doing there, if somebody does that, you can clear it with just your shoulder. You turn your shoulder through that forearm, up. It gives you an opening to the back. You want to control that arm, wrist in, 10. Pull this past your hip. Torque that shoulder. Head inside your opponent's. Here. Walk around, throw by. Into your seatbelt behind your opponent. Remember, head on your opponent's back. Start getting that weight forward, looking to expose that back. Any thoughts? Susie, you'll try it.
As soon as you feel that collar tie, isn't your immediate reaction going to be to do exactly the same thing?
To do,
as in, like when someone collar ties you, isn't your reaction going to be to collar tie them back?
Yeah, I mean, like, you can collar tie them back, but you can look to strip this as well. So, you know, you standard.
You did not just have a window up like you've done it like 10 times to me.
So there. So as soon as you turn to
you're not resisting hard enough. I can't teach the class unless.
Okay. She comes in to keep the arm in place, and she turns. So it strips. This hand should be a little bit higher. Now to control me here, her head's going to come in. Yeah. She's going to pull this hard past her hip. No, not forward, straight past. So you end up getting that bend the right way on the arm. Yeah, that's fine. See that bend in the shoulder? Yeah. Standing up a little bit tall, so she'd want to stick her ass out. So now I'm really struggling to get. You should really be pulling this tighter to her body. So there. So now she'll start walking around. As that happens, she throws me by, catches my hip, and goes body lock. Hip body lock, way too close. She'll stick her butt out, and her head should be driving into my back, forcing me forward. So you can then look to get weight onto my hands to then expose my back. I use a similar grip set in half guard. So as soon as he comes down, he takes a C grip in my armpit with his top arm. Very common one. Really annoying to get rid of trying to underhook your opponent. Don't lock your arm out dead straight like this. What you want to do is turn your hook down just a little bit. What you want to do to clear this is largely the same. Cup the wrist, cup the armpit. Arc your back so you're left with this control. Both sets of fingers pointing up, one in the armpit, one on the wrist. Here. So now this can give me time. I've hit an arm drag. You can kick the knee shield past, sit up, catch the armpit, and now you can start looking to take the back here. Your opponent's to the ground with a straight arm. In a number of different positions. It can be a closed guard as well. Like that. Here. you can pop it off and you end up shelving the arm like this. Now it exposes the back, you shrimp, and you start looking threat and submission.
Is it just a stability thing because you've only got a thumb if you do it the other way around? But is that why you don't peel it off with the like the other way around?
Controlling like this, the weak point of the grip is always into the thumb. So whenever I drive my forearm in the direction of their thumb, and it hurts, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So like this, I don't like this. What I would do to break this grip is chop my forearm into the webbing of the thumb.
Yeah.
And it is going to hurt.
Yeah.
So, I far prefer this cup. Weak direction of it is still the same direction, so she will be able to probably pull out. But it's not catching my thumb as it's doing it.
And you've got the backup hand as well.
Yeah. So off of you sit up to your underhooks and start looking to sweep off of this. So if you look at it from a standing context again, that Russian tie. Collar ties me, wrist, strip, pull to the hip, head in. Susie can try pulling her arm out. What we do there is pick up a single. So my left arm, the higher arm, will let go, catch the leg, and I'll pick it up. So, yeah. My head will stay high up on her chest so there's no neck attacks. And I'll link up my grip under her knee. So head high, up under the knee here. We've got a collection of ways of finishing the takedown off of this. But you've got your single, you can finish. So, she collar ties, wrist, here, turn. Now to secure this, you've got to pull this past your hip, your head on the inside of hers, and your shoulder connecting with her shoulder. You want your kind of left side of your body turning into that elbow like that. So here. If Susie tries to pull the arm out, left hand will drop, head will stay high, and we kick that leg. So you're really lucky they fall over like that instantly.
I knew it to hop.
Okay. So, collar tie, Susie strips it. This comes across, grabs the wrist. This hand comes here. So, head position. I pull my arm out. Right hand will catch the leg. She'll pick it up. Head should be connected to your opponent's chest, so she's a little bit far back. You want to move your head forward. Link your gable, please. This is better. Directly under the knee. Just there. Head a bit higher. Good. So, standard way of finishing this is to drop something through the hip. So, what she could do is move her head to the outside, which is a little bit risky because of guillotines, but it does give her a very powerful drop of the shoulder. So Susie will then step her right leg backwards and then bow in this shoulder through my hip, forcing me down to the ground. So, touch that sparring. Here I come in for a collar tie. She strips it. She pulls this to the hip and turns that body in. So it's hawking my shoulder. I tear the arm out. She kicks the leg, head outside, drops that shoulder down, and finishes the sweep. Again. So she'll be taking a slightly lower stance. You don't really want to be bolt upright. Jiu-jitsu is a little bit of a mix of wrestling and judo. So wrestling is like really low posture. It's a battle of whose head's lower. Whereas judo is kind of built more around trips, so that's far more upright. If you're walking in dead upright, it's super easy for your opponent to shoot on you because of the amount of space you're giving. So grappling tends to be a little bit of a mix of the two. Slightly compromised stance, arms always low. What we're looking to do as well, if our opponent shoots on us, is to get underhooks, look to attack submissions. So Susie wouldn't shoot on me here with my hands low. If she did, I'd catch underhooks or guillotines or any other stuff. So what we can do, I'll collar tie. Susie will strip this. She turns and she's left with her Russian tie, solid head position. Here. So she could circle this way and then throw my arm that way, catching the body line. Or strip, so wrist turns hard, collar tie's gone, head position solid. I try pulling my arm clear, she picks at the leg by the knee. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, my shin hit you pretty hard though.
Oh,
Okay, right. So head is, so the head, see how our back is crumpled? You want that straight back because a defense for this is for me to push that head down like this. So Susie wants to have her posterior chain activated, head high, head strong. So it's hard for me to do that, keep it up. Now to finish the takedown, she'll step her right leg backwards so she has space to drop that shoulder through my hip. There's the sweep.
From that Russian tie, would you equally, like if they didn't pull their arm out, could you still shove it past and go for the single leg anyway?
Yeah, I reckon you could drop down to a single. Depends where they step.
Okay.
So if Susie's sticking her butt out a long way, then me switching to that is going to be a little bit tricky.
Bit difficult, yeah.
So I guess I could use this circle to get that step.
Yeah, okay.
Point to drop for that there. Circle, step, the single.
Okay.
Reaching for that single. You want that leg to be coming as close to you as possible.
Yep.
So let's look at getting our opponent down from the body lock position. So we've hit our body lock. To work our opponent down from here, it's all about our head. So I want to be getting weight forward. If she's standing bolt upright, I'll be throwing my hips in and suplexing. So we're only going to do one rep of this because it's going to hurt her. Let me go, okay, come back. Big suplex, you'll end up in the sad bedroom. So the takedown here, shimmy back. Head moves up the center of her back. Still body lock in. Hands not centered on the far hip here. And my left elbow on the near hip. So hands are controlling the far hip, left elbow, near hip. From here, I step forward and my head starts forcing my opponent down onto her hands. I continue to exaggerate this, driving her face down. From here, I'll switch to a seatbelt, and I can start looking to attack the back by dropping my knee in and pulling it into back kick. So Susie will do that to me. She's got, so now, currently she's got no control over my hips. See? Gable on the far hip. Elbow connected to the near. Jill, just pull this in and pinch this elbow. That's solid. Now the head's key. So that's forcing me down. Not with your chin, side of your head. Continue to, so walk around to this side of me. I want your head to continue to drop. More weight to the head. Good. And it ends up collapsing me. Then the outside knee, the left knee will come in above your opponent's knee. You'll probably switch to a seat belt, so that's the left hand coming up over the shoulder. Now here, you really want to exaggerate that pressure on the upper half of the body. Susie's head will go over here. Good. That really collapses me. Now she'll drop onto her left side, which opens me up. And you get the back. So I've mentioned this a couple of times in these classes. I want a huge amount of weight going through the upper half of our opponent's body when we take it back. That's done with our head and our shoulders. So controlling turtle, weight back on the hips. Taking the back, weight goes up over our opponent's shoulders. Any thoughts, guys?
I guess I don't. I mean, apart from the few bits and pieces that we've done in our privates, we never really get much of a chance to do much stand up in class because it's always a bit too busy, isn't it? But it's definitely a good thing to practice.
Numbers, math, again, and then we can do stand up.
Yeah. Okay.
Silver lining.
Silver lining. Or we can like all contribute 9 max each to like high park training or Brockwell Park training day.
The UK's first outdoor jiu-jitsu.
Reckon we'd end up with like loads of people wanting to join in for a scrap.
Yeah, there'd be a lot of riffraff.
Yeah.
Because a few people have said to me that they've been rolling in parks and people have come up to them.
Really?
It's bad enough in my house with people coming up to me in here, aka my parents and my missus, watching us lot watching this.
People in parks. Come, you got stories of that happening?
I just know of a few people who are park rolling and they've had people come up to, or like they've had to be like, we're not fighting, it's fine. Actually, me and Vava were in the park the other day having a beer and we were talking about a footlock thing and then we were practicing doing it and some drunk men next to us cheered at us. I think they thought we were going to kiss.
You were at the wrong end, I think, for that.
Clapham Common.
I meant the wrong end of his body.
Oh, yeah. Vava.
Yes, that throw by has really been working, and like trying to generate angles when you're standing is huge.
Ross.
Yeah.
I have been researching or watching videos on a technique that I would like you to run through because I think that I will be good at this.
Okay.
So you know the fly trap thing where the person's inside control and you get your leg to whip them back onto their back.
Is it the triangle from
The triangle, yes, from bottom of side control. Does it work? Have you done it?
Okay. It's only really, the guy or girl's got to make a mistake. Like, show me around this way. So, Susie sometimes will pass with an underhook on my leg. What I'd be looking to do is grab the wrist, push the head down with my opposite hand, and step over the head with my outside leg. Now, to finish the triangle here, you lock this up like this. And from here, you pull the arm up. And pulling the arm up is what gets the application of the choke. So it pulls her arm across. Ideally, the better grip would be the elbow there. You could probably finish it with one leg. You okay?
Because when I'm there, I get the arm that's at the top with my bottom leg.
I've hurt Susie's neck. So you got to do it.
Oh
with me.
no.
Side control. Now that I've done that, I'm probably going to be paralyzed on this. So sometimes I leave this arm low. The issue, you don't want to just step over the head, because if you step over my head here, I'll just keep this arm open and it's really hard to finish. So I like holding on to the wrist here, pulling it up, now locking up the triangle, and then I'll start I'd move this grip up to the elbow if I could. There. And I'd start pulling, and that's on. Sorry.
Right.
I fixed it, broken it, pretty broken it.
We'll find out.
But it's not a move I use a lot. My friend hits a lot of counter darces off of his back. I've been meaning to get him to show me them, but they're very annoying. But I think like upper body attacks are probably a slightly higher percentage. But I've never seen these consistently used effectively.
Do you ever get any of them from the top position? Like if you're in a Kimura from side control or something, getting those reverse triangles, or do you never bother trying to go for anything like that?
I mean, my main goal there is to recover my guard out of side control. I'm not really looking to submit or attack very many submissions there. Yeah, I'm totally the wrong person to ask looking to be offensive from side. Dinu, my friend, is probably one of the best people. He's got the darces from there, but it's not something that I've never really had in my game, an offensive side control. It's good to
Do you
have.
ever try? Do you try any from top though? Like sometimes you see people like going for like a Kimura, for instance, from top side control.
Yeah.
And
So
then they'll get their arms, like their legs underneath the back of the head and try and get triangles that way.
Yeah, so you switch your hips. And remember this, guys, again, hip control, elbow connect, bar hip, near hip is on her hip. So I look to push this arm down and collect it. What you can then do to look to attack the triangle is lift the head up, and then you throw the leg through and over to the other side. Now, from here, you're not going to be locking it up early. You're going to kick the leg past your opponent's head and square your hips here. And the application is largely the same as when you're on your back. You grab the tricep and you pull it past your butt. Sorry. So, yeah, that's off. And down. Sorry.
Why was this on put over there?
You can block those. So we want to, normally they look to attack the Kimura or get on this arm to stop it from blocking this leg stepping over. So if I was just here, Susie could use this hand to strip that and stop the leg from coming over. Yeah. Having your head low and wrapped around this arm blocks the step. So I lean, pick the head up, step over the head, and now square my body up, lock in that triangle here. To finish, I want this arm, and I want to pull it into her neck. And that could start off of a Kimura here. You could switch your hips, levering her head up, and then step in over the head. Yeah, so now you've got the double threat of the Kimura and the triangle.
Yeah. Okay. Where do you think most of your submissions come from?
My subs. I hit a lot of arm bars and neck attacks. Arm bars and neck attacks are my primary ones. So
Arm bars from mount or from?
I hit a lot. turtle as well, consistently hit. Side control, not so much. But the grapplers are very good at keeping their back on the floor and don't turn.
Okay.
Off of the back, I hit arm bars.
Okay. Yeah. What do you normally get like when you're attacking turtle? Are you just hooking the near side arm with your leg and rolling through with that, or
Shooting turtles up. The most common arm bar from turtle is just shooting this arm up here, and I can throw myself over the other side. I gable and drop this elbow into the back of the head. So I step wide and my hip starts coming away from hers. I pull her onto her side. You just come back. So as I pull away, yeah, I sit down into arm bars off of that grip. Just there. So I come in, gable, the elbow drops into the back of the head, while the other, my hands pull this shoulder open. Here. So then you're essentially in an arm bar. You sit down, slight step in the leg over, and then
and I feel like whenever we've been going through arm bars, it feels like you prefer keeping your legs both over the shoulder more than you do the conventional route. Is that just a preference thing, or do you feel like you definitely get more control at that? Do you know what I mean?
You know, you see people with good arm bars doing both.
Okay.
I think that honestly, if you look at high-level tournament, ADCCs, if you're or World Championship tournaments, the most consistent submissions that you'll see is neck attacks, back submissions, and arm bars from dominant positions. Those are, like, any high-level tournament, those are the ones you get. I think there's pie charts floating about. And then you had the leg lock craze, but that's kind of going away a little bit now because everyone is just getting really, really good at defending them.
Yeah.
Hard to defend. If you've got the whole ballerina toe point going on and keeping your legs straight, unless, yeah, say more often than not, you'll see people escaping and what you'll see people getting finished by them.
Yeah.
How are you feeling, Ross, as people are getting better foot stuff since, like, that's a submission that you do lots? Like, are you diversifying?
Yeah, so like my game went through spamming leg locks when nobody could defend it because it was easy. And now it's far more looking to sweep off of potential leg attacks, or just trying to combine all of them to get threats everywhere. So if you watch me roll now, I won't be dropping back for leg attack, leg attack, leg attack. I'll be like dominating passing on top or looking to sweep. But it just goes full circle. Everyone being like leg locks are going to ruin grappling is utter nonsense because they're just not trusting the competitors to get better at defending them. So
they've always been there, right? They just haven't necessarily been used a lot, and now they have been. And
that's just that whole point. Lister was one of the first guys to really kind of, you know, take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Really tackled Rodolfo Vieira with your hook. But yeah, you've got to people who are just leg locking are, you can't do that anymore. You've got to look to continue to grow outside of that. Just attacking the back off of your leg attacks. Just getting good at defending.
Yeah.
So you take all them. You take the Roman guinea a leg. Right. We got the 4-1-1, right? Dog shit position to be in. Early days, you get here, you win. Like, that's simple. All Susie needs to do here, and I can talk her through it. It's not like it's already doing a toe point, straight leg, and now she starts to turn away. That's the defense. And she's got this leg now, start splitting my legs, so she can just start opening and clearing this leg out. She's done. So what you do there is you trust your opponent to be decent. So the moment we end up here and they start turning away, I extract my top leg, I come up into this body lock grip. I'm cupping the hip. I've got back exposure because she's turning away to defend her leg. So. But that back tick wouldn't be there if I couldn't threaten that the leg.
It was interesting. I'm sure you watched it. Watching John Danaher break down that Cheshire fight with Gordon Ryan to Joe Rogan. It was amazing watching him like dissect those positions and Joe not really knowing what the fuck he was talking about. But most of that seemed to be like the top leg control was most of the fight.
It wasn't with, it was Cyborg, wasn't it?
Oh, Cyborg. Sorry, yeah. It just felt like he had, as long as he had that control of that top leg, but as soon as he let go of that leg, he had to go straight for the heel hook. Then it was kind of game over.
Yeah. Like, that was pretty poor from Cyborg, to be honest.
I guess it's not really his, it wasn't really his sort of game, right?
Yeah, but if it's one of the guys who's going to, you know, you're likely to come up with in a tournament, if it's their game, you make an effort to
at least understand it a bit, yeah.
Not like bitch slap him in a tournament. Remember that?
Yeah.
Did you see that, Meg? So Cyborg and Gordon Ryan had a bit of a beef. So
when you say Cyborg, I think that you're meaning like the woman who.
No, not the woman. There's another guy Cyborg.
Okay,
and,
this is just confusing.
There's another guy Cyborg as well, Meg. Just to add in.
There's more Cyborg.
Why can't we just use people's actual names?
The other Cyborg got
made up
a dent in his head. Google it.
What is Cyborg's name?
Abreu something.
Oh yeah, Roberto. Was it Roberto? Yeah, Roberto.
Maybe. Yeah.
But anyway, so he's like having a back and forth with Gordon Ryan. He spends his world champion match just slapping Gordon and gets disqualified for slapping him.
He did. He was like. It was a lot of neckties, right? Like at the start.
My ass. Do you want neckties before?
No, but as in that's what he was like, sort of half claiming that he was doing, right?
But wrestling in jiu-jitsu is awful, right? I'm claiming that. So neckties are to move your opponent's head to generate angle.
Not big grip slap.
Like, yeah.
Because we use neckties in Muay Thai.
Yeah.
So like, and that's where you use it. Like, you use it to swing people.
Yeah, moving around. And you can tell when somebody's trying to use it to swing somebody or just hit them.
Hitting them, yeah.
And you see it all, like, it's mad. And you see the difference between wrestling collar ties and jiu-jitsu collar ties. So the wrestlers using it properly, I mean, granted, they do hit each other as well. But when they try to use it properly and when they...
Wrestling as a whole is just a different beast.
Yeah. I had a conversation with my mate the other day, because I'm not in a position to say if this is like good wrestling or not. I don't know. I'm not a wrestling expert. These guys are. One of them's like an Iranian wrestler, grew up on it. So what do you think about the wrestling in the ADCC? And he's like, it's dog shit.
I'm like, okay. So we think of Galvo's wrestling awful.
Really?
Yeah, he said we're wasting money as DVD is for his takedowns in jiu-jitsu.
It does seem like it's just a jiu-jitsu tournament, ADCC. Like there isn't really, doesn't seem like a big wrestling contingent in it.
No, and like, I'd be really interested to see what happened. Like, if jiu-jitsu guys try to fight like that against high-level wrestling, I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be an interesting watch though.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, pack that.
It's been a delight as always. I'll see you on Monday.
He's throwing shit at me. We might do it in Brockwell Park.
Oh my God! Yes!
Well, not on Monday because I won't have a bed there yet.
Okay.
Unlikely.
Bed,
But
get yourself a butt mattress.
Yeah, exactly. We'll literally just buy a mattress. First thing buy. Get a mattress.
You can almost sleep on those fucking ears of yours.
I've got nice floors at mine. I'm looking forward to that. Right. Yeah. So
See you later, guys.
we can do a session where we can stream from the park.
It'd be great.
And theoretically, anyone that lived near the park could come.
Could come and just
socially
train.
distance watch.
Just randomly bump into you in the park.
Yeah.
And I just happened to be wearing my Alice in Wonderland rash guard because it's just a thing I like to wear around.
Amazing.
Right, well, have amazing weekends, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
See you. Bye.